ask in America, do we all have the same opportunities, is a trick question. Because the answer is yes. But then if you ask, do we all have the same resources for the opportunities that we all have? The answer is no, right? So, you know, you hit it right on the head when you say a school like Jones Commercial, which is downtown, mayor's always giving tens of millions of dollars to this school, compared to a school like CVS, Chicago Vocational High School, where they're constantly cutting all the vocations out of the school. Well, you got the same opportunity to go to school. You got the same opportunity to graduate. You have the same opportunity to go to college. However, the resources. You don't have the same library. You don't have the same quality of teachers. Although America can say everyone has the same opportunities, the lack of resources, the lack of information puts certain people at a severe disadvantage. So the opportunities are available for everyone. And now we're seeing another type of thing happen in America where it isn't as much about black and white as it is becoming about class and economic status. So in many of our communities around the country, on a macro level, if you want to look, gentrification used to be defined or looked at from communities of color as white people moving black people out of their neighborhood. Now gentrification is people of means moving poor people out of their neighborhood. Whether they white or black, Bronzeville's still black. Hyde Park still has the same percentage of black people. It's just all the poor people are getting pushed out. It's interesting because in America, that's a conversation that the upper middle class and the wealthy don't want to have. So presidential candidates, everybody talks about the middle class, the working class, but no one wants to have a serious conversation about the poor because the poor aren't even in a conversation. And we even, what we do to the poor, what you see is, let's talk about rappers. Many rappers, not all, but a lot of rappers come from poor backgrounds. So what do you hear them say when they start making it up the ladder? Man, I don't believe in politics, because it never worked for them. They were never talked to, they were never addressed. So of course they don't believe in the process. But guess what? The people that sign up to those lucrative deals believe in the process, because the people who own those record labels that those poor rappers, those, Young Thugs and Meek Mills and all these people that came up from nothing, the people who signed them, who signs their checks, definitely contributed to somebody's political campaign. And so poor people are often tricked by the emotions of poverty, the resentment of poverty, and I made it without politics, or so I think. I made it without this or without that. And so that or this must not matter. But I think maturity is to learn the things that you never knew mattered just may have always mattered the most. I believe politics matters. I believe that voting matters. I believe that a strong family, organized communities mean something and can help us do better. The cavalry is not coming. Nobody's coming to save you. Black people, like Dr. Ben Carson, are feigning blackness in the name of white supremacy. So it's kind of like somebody could say, how could I be racist? I heard this about the South Carolina cop that threw the young girl across the classroom. The sheriff, his boss, said, I don't know how he could be racist. He has a black girlfriend. We have to stop letting multiculturalism fool us. You can be white supremacist, racist, and multicultural. You can be a gentrifier and be black. We have to stop in this country persecuting, putting down, throwing away poor people. And poor people have to stop giving up on themselves just because they haven't ever known anything up to a certain point. Your past doesn't determine your future. and poor people have a responsibility, as rich people have a responsibility, as middle class people have a responsibility. We all have a responsibility to make our country a better place and to make our blocks and our system and our children and our families better. Everybody is responsible.
Someone get rich in this country and then they go and they build a school in Africa. You know what I'm saying? It was like, if we just do more of that kind of stuff in our own.
I ended up doing my performance and during the light, I stopped the song and dude got down on one knee, proposed to his girl.
The cop came to the window and was like, yo, I smell the weed, so whoever got it, just cough it up. I won't do nothing. I won't lock you up. I won't do nothing. Everybody's like, yeah, whatever.
Brooklyn, New York was a little bit, like when I was super young, like 6, 7, 8, 9, it wasn't so bad. But by the time I turned 13, things in the neighborhood took a turn. So the music was a way for me to really just, you know, not hanging out with the wrong crowd and